Civil rights, fairness in law, protection from discrimination. Two of the world's greatest civil rights leaders are Ms. Rosa Parks and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On the 20th of January 2009, Martin Luther's dream became reality. Today, what about the hope and dreams of the Bahamian citizens? We are still deprived of our civil rights. Who will rise to the occasion and remove the veil from our bride? How long will we allow them to control what is rightfully ours? Controversy TV, Season 3. Rise up, Bahamas. Fight, conquer, and reap.
I believe that no part of the Bahamian economy should be set aside exclusively for foreigners. In other words, if it's legal for non-Bahamians to game or participate in gaming activities in the Bahamas, then Bahamians should be able to do so. In this day and age, I believe it's wrong. It makes no sense. It's asinine, really, to say to us that non-Bahamians can own a significant part of our economy, and we can't. For example, Bahamians should be able to own gaming houses if they want to. Bahamians should be able to participate as individuals in gaming if they want to. This is our country, and other people shouldn't be able to come into the country and do things that we can't do. It's almost a kind of Bahamian apartheid. And that is wrong, and it does not make sense. Now, I want to say that my views are not because I support or do not support gambling. I think that's a different show. This has nothing to do with gambling. It has to do with the principle that Bahamians should be able to participate, be free to participate in all sectors of this economy.
One of the most underfunded programs that we have in this country dealing with young people. You know, we need to be able to be real with ourselves first of all. If we're not prepared to get rid of gambling, then we need to legalize it.
Did you know that Bahamians are not allowed to gamble or own casinos?
I just found that out today, actually.
Are you serious? And what do you think about that?
I'm not a gambler myself. My husband is. So, I think that's a good thing. I think that's safe. My husband is a little dangerous. So, I think that's great for the people here.
But shouldn't you think that we should be able to own a casino if a foreigner could come in and own a casino in a free capitalist market?
Yes, I do. I actually do. And then every individual would have their own choice whether to stay away or not. But for those who want to, I think they should have the opportunity.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio, Columbus, Ohio.
So they make potatoes in Ohio. That's what they do, right?
We have Buckeyes. We're the Ohio State Buckeyes, but Ohio is mostly cornfields, very flat, and mostly corn.
So how would... and he said good-looking women. How would you feel if they made a law saying Ohioans couldn't make corn in Ohio?
That's outrageous. Not fair.
Yeah. So I think that's how we feel.
Then I agree with you, sir. I think in this kind of free market, capitalist market, everybody should have the opportunity to participate, and those who don't want to, then that's their choice as well.
Do you think that the gambling laws in this country should be changed?
Yes, I think they should be changed to a certain extent, because if you can come in my house and eat steak, I supposed to be able to eat steak in my house too.
That's a serious thing, you know.
So I'll take a chance with a dollar and hope I win and get $8 back. Ain't nobody can give me $800 for $1. So, that's a
government ain't gonna do that.
No. The government need money themselves to pay them police.
Lord. So why they don't bring a lottery?
Because they'll hurt some of their ponies. Some of their political ponies will get hurt if they bring in the lottery. So then they won't be able to get their money for conventions and different functions.
You mean money under the table?
Money over the table and under the table, man.
Oh, yeah, because they don't hide no more.
No, everybody knows who's going to pick up the money.
Civil rights, fairness in law, protection from discrimination. Two of the world's greatest civil rights leaders are Ms. Rosa Parks and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On the 20th of January 2009, Martin Luther's dream became reality. Today, what about the hope and dreams of the Bahamian citizens? We are still deprived of our civil rights. Who will rise to the occasion and remove the veil from our bride? How long will we allow them to control what is rightfully ours? Controversy TV, Season 3. Rise up, Bahamas. Fight, conquer, and reap.
We here in front of a place that is the building ground, the foundation of success. That's the College of the Bahamas, right across the road, and it is our backdrop today. And I am speaking with the master success artist in this country, the success expert, the success. Hold on, that's the wrong word. I'm sorry.
Don't forget leadership.
Hold on, I say success. No, not success. He's not good at success. He's good at success. All right? And leadership management. He is a life coach. So we're here to look at this gambling issue from a success standpoint and a leadership standpoint. We're here talking with Lester Cox.
Right.
Lester R. Cox. What do I stand for?
Richard.
We're here with Lester Dick. And everyone named Richard, you call him Dick, right?
So they say.
Lester Dick Cox. No, but that don't sound right, man. What's wrong with your name? They got two.
Well, I don't use the R.
They got to bleep two of your names when this come on TV.
Oh, Lordy.
Lester Dick Cox. Okay, let's go. Richard, all right?
See, I keep it bad. I'm keeping bad company.
You keep in successful company. Because everything we do is a success.
I hear that.
But on a more serious note, now that we got the ratings up and everyone watching, because I call your name, your real name, your controversial name. Tell me, this gambling issue, from a success standpoint, how does the laws in this country stifle success, or does it?
I think the Bahamas is one of the few countries in the world where it actively discriminates against its own citizens, and when you do that, it makes them feel second class in the land of their birth, and that cannot be good for success.
Yeah, I could imagine. Can you imagine? You have any kids, Lester?
I have two.
You have two kids. Lester, you have two kids. I know you would want to look at your kid and tell them you could be anything you want to be. If your kid comes up to you and says, Daddy, what can I be when I grow up? They want some advice. If they say they want to own a casino, will you shoot them down?
No, man, that is,
And say, you got to be a foreign white man to own a casino?
Right. That is really embarrassing, and we ought to fix that right away. In fact, Lincoln, you know what I believe? I believe that one of the criterions for the next generation of leaders in the Bahamas ought to be, that should be the first question. We should ask them this question. We should say, should foreigners enjoy rights in your country that the locals do not enjoy? And if they say yes, then that should disqualify them from leadership in the Bahamas.
Let me show you what happened in this country, Lester. Saul Kirshner came. Thank God Saul Kirshner came. He came at a time when we needed it. We needed the jobs. He hired a lot of people. But he came here. We threw everything, including the kitchen sink, at him. We gave him all the concessions in the world. We gave him land. We gave him everything. So he built his hotel and casino, and all we got was some jobs, from it. He made billions of dollars per year, billions. And he took that money and he took it to a competitor over there in Dubai. Someone says, oh, but that's way in the Middle East. The world is a small place. The world is flat. He took all of that money he made here in the Bahamas and took it to a competitor in Dubai and built a hotel there. And what is so surprising that when he went there, they ain't give him the concessions we give him. They ain't give him no concessions. And something that really, really caught my attention, when he went there, the government, Lester, said, okay, you could come and build your hotel, but you go own half, and we go own half. All gladly said, okay. Why didn't anyone in our government think? Do we have any negotiators in our government, Utah? Do we have any negotiators? How could a man come here and you just take of everything you could give to him? No one thought, all right, you could come, but the Bahamian people, not the government.